Yo, YouTube, this is Jordan Steele 88 coming at you with another video. Title of this video, the Steelers aftermath of the loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's get into it. Well, on this aftermath, I'm going to talk about the Steelers offense, and then I'm going to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars desecrating a terrible towel. So first, let me talk about Steelers offense, what's been going on for the past, now 7 games. Our offense has not gotten an opening drive score in the last how many games? I know I already said this in my recap. So the offense needs to learn how to get onto early drives. You just can't not depend on the defense to do everything. You just can't. The offense needs to learn how to make drives count. They don't do that, especially in the early portions of the game. They just don't do that. In that Jacksonville Jaguar game, Deontay Johnson dropped like 2 or 3 open passes that could have got a first down or a touchdown, matter of fact. I mean, he's got to get better. I know he got better late in the game, though. So, and the tight ends are not being used too often. The only tight end that's been used is Carter Hayward. He's not even the first option at tight end. Darnell Washington, he hadn't got a catch since the Houston Texans game. He is not catch a ball at all since that time. Darnell Washington needs to be used a little bit more. I know he's in for run blocking. I know he's a blocking tight end, but they need to use him a little more. Yeah, use Pat Freiermuth more for receiving. I know we're missing him. Hopefully he can come back this season, which he is. Probably against Cleveland. So just that the offense needs to get on some early drives and start making their drives count early and often. Just gotta do that. We have not gotten, like I said before, we have not gotten an opening day score since, Lord knows how long. Been about at least 2 or 3 years. Ridiculous for our offense to be spread out like this. George Pickens was the only bright spot on that team. He's got more touchdown catches than anybody on that team. Second is Freiermuth, I believe. That's ridiculous. The only person besides Pickens and Muth who got a touchdown pass is Calvin Austin III. One he had against the Raiders. Because our offenses are close to last place because we just don't know how to execute at all. Yeah, Matt Canada has been calling these shitty plays and all that shit. I know Kenny Pickett has to get it together and he still needs to, though. I know some people are giving up on Kenny Pickett, but I know some people are criticizing him. Rightfully so. I understand you want to criticize Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I get that. So yeah, so the offense just needs to get it together. Just got to get it together on offense. Got to get it together. And then let's talk about the terrible towel. The one that was found in 1975 by the late Martin Cope. May God rest his soul. The Jacksonville Jaguars, after they got that interception, I saw the replay of the guys desecrating this terrible towel right here. You see this? You don't disrespect this terrible towel right here. They desecrated this terrible towel right here. See, you know what happens when you disrespect the terrible towel. Martin Cook's going to jump at your ass. It's going to come back to bite you sooner or later. You know. I've heard or seen other opponents messing with the terrible towel all of these years ever since it was founded. I can name a few. And I already know some. Go back to 1994 in the divisional game. Steelers playing Cleveland Browns in the divisional game in 1994. Brenston Buckner dropped the terrible towel. Like I read in Wikipedia, he dropped the terrible towel while he was being introduced in the starting lineup for the defense. And then one of the Cleveland Brown players, I forgot who it was, stomped on a terrible towel, stepped on a terrible towel, and then, you know what happened? Steelers whooped their ass in that game. Go back to 1995. I mean, no, and then the next game, when the Steelers lost in the AFC Championship game in 1994 to the San Diego Chargers, they desecrated this. They disrespected that on the field and in the locker room. And you know what happened after that? They just got their ass kicked by the 49ers. 49ers whooped their ass in Super Bowl 29. And they have not been back to the Super Bowl since. And then 2005. Oh, this gets real good. 2005. TJ Houshmandzadeh. We all remember this. He wiped his cleats with a terrible towel in a tunnel in Heinz Field or Acrisure Stadium. Well, it was Heinz Field back then. But anyway, he wiped the cleat with this terrible towel right here. And you know what happens? We met him in the wild card game in 2005 when Kimo von Oelhoffen accidentally shattered Carlos Parman's knee. And after that, the Bengals couldn't do a damn thing after that. And the Steelers whooped their ass in that game. And went on to win Super Bowl 45 after that. I mean, Super Bowl 40, excuse me. And then 2008. Oh, boy. 2008. Lindo White. Him and the Tennessee Titans stomped on this. They stomped on the terrible towel. Keith Boyd did the same thing, messed with it. Javon Curse wiped his nose on it. And you know what happens next? In the divisional round against the Baltimore Ravens knocked their ass out in the playoffs. And we faced Baltimore in the AFC Championship game, beat them, and then we want to win Super Bowl 43, which I'm going to talk about in a second. What happened before that? Now, let's talk about what happened before Super Bowl 43. During Super Bowl week or something like that, prior to Super Bowl 43. Arizona Cardinals mascot wiped his ass with a terrible towel. And guess what? What happened? Santonio Holmes heartbreak them with the touchdown pass from Ben Roethlisberger. And then Santonio Holmes was named Super Bowl MVP after that. And Arizona Cardinals have not been back to the Super Bowl since. The closest they got was a conference championship game in 2015. In 2012, Ray Rice messed with a terrible towel. Although his team won the Super Bowl that year, but after that, he tried to play innocence on that. But innocence is not going to work when you disrespect the terrible towel. It's still going to stay with you. The curse is going to stay with you, regardless. He's been out of the league since 2013 or 2014, for that matter. 2016, Jeremy Hill. A second time that the Bengals desecrated a terrible towel. He scored a touchdown. He tried to rip the terrible towel. And guess what? Steelers came back and beat him in that game. It was like week 15 or something like that in 2016. So, and since that time, he's, bam, out of the league just like that. Now, the Jaguars, they can play their innocence all they want to, but they're still the victim of the terrible towel. You still are. No matter what. I don't care if you didn't do it or not. That's disrespect. Either way, it's disrespect. Curse of Mario Cup is going to jump at you. You know what I'm saying? You can play your innocence all you want to, but playing innocence when it comes to disrespect, terrible towel, it's not going to work. It ain't. It's not going to work. So, today right here, man, when you disrespect the terrible towel, Myron Cope's going to jump right at you. So that is my aftermath for this video. Hey, let me know, what you think in the comment section about the Steelers offense and then the Jaguars desecrating a terrible towel. Let me know in the comment section. So that about do it for this video. This is Jordan Steele 88. Like, comment, subscribe for more Pittsburgh sports content, other sports content on my channel. See you guys in the next video. I'm gonna have the live stream out for the Ducks in the pen, so stay tuned for that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. And do not disrespect the terrible towel. Because you plead your innocence all you want to when you didn't disrespect terrible towel, but curses going to still be on you. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. As always, here we go, Steelers. Here we go.